Hello, if you're watching this on the playback feature, this is Crystal Racing with a live race watch along of the Bahrain Grand Prix. I am currently 90 seconds away from the formation lap. Just so we're clear, Leclerc will start second, Russell third, Gasly in fourth place, behind pole sitter Piastri, with Antonelli pushed down to fifth place due to both Mercedes infringing pit regulations during qualifying. Just so you know, both Ferraris will be stopped on mediums. Alonso, Lawson, and Bottas will also start on mediums, with every other driver using soft tyres, which of course those who did qualify in the top 10 already using soft tyres now 3 laps old. Thank you for the like, whoever you are. Welcome to Crystal Racing. Please like, subscribe, and do all the usual stuff. Today it will be 57 laps around Bahrain. The weather, as you can expect, is clear. It is nice and warm. It's never rained in Bahrain, and I don't think we'll ever, well, to be honest, I'll be very surprised if we ever see rain in Bahrain in an F1 race. 75 seconds to go for Russell. They're all firing up their engines, getting ready for the formation lap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just so you know, this is the constructor standings. McLaren lead the way with 36 points over Mercedes. We've had a very consistent start to the season. Red Bull are trailing behind in 61. Ferrari have improved a little bit, up to 4th place with 35. Everyone is departing the grid for the formation lap. Williams are the best of the rest in 5th place, just narrowly ahead of Haas. Of course, Ocon will be starting 14th despite wrecking his car in qualifying. Just so this is for race start, everyone. This is the top 10. You are free to say hello here on Crystal Racing. This is my first live race watch along of 2025, thanks to the fact that the first 3 races were done in the Asia and Pacific. This race is being done in the Middle East at night, so it's a lot better time for me. Race has not begun yet, so if you're new to Crystal Racing, hello. We have a great community here. And please put in predictions in the chat. Who do you think will finish on the podium? My choice has got to be, and I will surprise a few people here, I think Piastri will finish ahead of Leclerc, with Kimi Antonelli picking up his maiden podium in Formula 1 ahead of teammate George Russell, and Lando Norris will probably finish in 5th place. I think Gasly will probably end up finishing 7th, since I think I don't think he'll be able to hold off Antonelli, Norris, or Verstappen. Piastri's already parked up in his pole position slot. He's waiting for at least 75% of the grid to line up. Taking quite a long time. 57 laps will commence around here at the Bahrain International Circuit. It's basically 9 o'clock local time at Bahrain now, so Piastri, solid start there. Oh! Russell was locked up. Piastri holds on to the lead, but Russell's in second. Norris, great start, third place. Antonelli's fifth. Gasly's sixth. Sainz is seventh. Very average start for Red Bull. Gasly goes up. Oh, Antonelli's had a problem. Oh, no, he hasn't. Don't know what happened there, but Antonelli's dropped down to 7th place with Gasly and Sainz overtaking him. Bit of a frenetic start there by the 18-year-old Italian. Hamilton is stuck in a Red Bull sandwich in Verstappen 8th, Lewis 9th, and Tsunoda 10th. As for the horses, Ocon's up to 13th, Albon's gone to 14th, Bearman's leaped to 15th, and both Saubers are trading in 19th and 20th. And, well, Hadjar and Lawson are fighting to 16th. Thank you for 2 likes. Right, DRS has been activated. Hello there, John Cartier, Seragora. I can't see the chat, by the way, so... But I am watching the first 2 or 3 laps of the race. DRS has been activated. Okay, so I don't see any overtakes on the second lap, weirdly enough. I think everyone's settled into an order. Jack Zhou is stuck in 11th place. But of course, Gasly is, well, he's pretty much doing a good job in 5th. That's the fastest lap for Piastri, and my God, he's putting out a gap. 1.2 seconds already. I wonder what Norris must be thinking. Norris has got DRS on Russell. Sorry, can I just... Cheers, because I've got a problem again from... Cheers, thank you. Alright, thank you very much. Alright, I'm going to... Has there been any change for position? No, there hasn't been. We're on to lap 4 now. Tsunoda, Vettel, Hamilton, and Seirigara. Well, Alonso is now, yeah, he's in 14th place actually. It's even worse than what you said. Hulkenberg is the two Saubers are just slow, mate. Oh yeah, I can see your comments now. Okay, sorry about that, but thank you for 2 likes. There's someone being investigated for a false start. Alonso is serious. Yeah, that Aston Martin is about as useful as a bag of prawn crackers being placed in front of an air fan. And now he's down to 15th. Bearman's overtaken him going into turn 2. That, wow. Adrian Newey, you have got a serious job in your hands. And Max Verstappen overtakes Carlos Sainz for 7th. Great move by Verstappen. As for Carlos Sainz, I think he's going to just try and hold on for 8th or 9th place today. But his teammate is made his way up to 13th, so Piastri's got the fastest lap with a 37.49. Piastri is leading by 2 seconds already. But the whole field is all bunched up behind him. I'll say Norris has got to get a move on in terms of overtaking Russell now. Hulkenberg is pitting. Oh, he's returned. Hulkenberg's back out again. So Hulkenberg has switched to the medium compound. That's now 6 cars on mediums. Don't know what it is, but everyone doesn't seem to. No one seems to be able to overtake because the amount of dirty air these cars now produce, despite what the 2022 regulations were trying to fix, they just can't overtake. If anything, these cars probably have more turbulence than what they did probably back around 2019. Hadjar's pitted. Lots of a couple of early pit stops already. Seems like a lot of Hulkenberg and Hadjar not happy with their tyre performance. And Hadjar drops to last place. Oh, right. Apparently, Max thinks Lando Norris made an infringement by starting out of his pit box. Wow. Oh, yeah. Now Hadjar has switched to the medium. So that's now 7 drivers already on medium. So I think we're going to see a lot of early pit stops in the next 4 or 5 laps. Piastri, 2.5 seconds out in front. What? Oh, my word, he is controlling this race all right. I mean, speaking of sick jokes, oh wow, I mean, you were a bit, someone was on a bit of a roll in Chaz's chat. Obviously, of course, say F1 fans are a bit are probably the most sensitive and easily offended fan base out of quite a lot of sports fan bases, to be honest. Like, I know it's been said many times that what's the difference between Beckham and Senna? Beckham can take a corner, and of course, Michael Schumacher being called a vegetable 1,000 times. But this is the F1 community, and I think if you even dare to criticize any driver for having an off weekend, their fan bases tend to get very triggered very quickly. I mean, I will say Max and Lewis fans can be a really difficult bunch to deal with, especially when they're when a certain driver becomes more successful. Their fans get even more defensive than usual. Don't you know that my driver has 4 world championships and he has already 50 race wins to his name? How dare you criticize him? Oh, I can criticize him all I want, my friend. Ocon has gone to the pit lane. In contrast, Ocon only has 1 race win, and of course, why the hell he crashed out in qualifying yesterday, I do not know what the hell he was up to. Hamilton has dropped down to 9th. That overtaken him by Hamilton has gone horribly wrong and he's lost the position. Oh, look at that. He's got some Tsunoda all over his rear wing. Sainz is clinging onto his top hat for 8th place. He's already 4 seconds behind Verstappen, and now he's lost 8th place. Yeah, this is going to be a real tough ask for Williams to score points today. Oh my god, Alonso fans just can't shut up sometimes. It's like, we just have to keep reminding everyone about how Alonso keep beating his teammates by a massive margin, and how he outqualified his teammates by this percentage point, and how he was only 7 points away from being a 5-time world champion. And they're just obsessed with all these hypotheticals, and like, what if Vitali Petrov didn't hold him up at in Abu Dhabi? What if Alonso's engine held up at Malaysia? What if Alonso was never Hamilton's teammate? What if Roman Grosjean didn't nerf Alonso out of sport? And Kimi Antonelli's up to 5th place, having overtaken Gasly, and Gasly's under more pressure with, of course, a 4-time Dutch world champion all over his rear wing. Hamilton is struggling to keep Tsunoda behind him, by the way, and he's 4 seconds behind Verstappen. Oh dear. Sainz is down to 10th. I guess he has got his teammate Albon all over his rear. Well, not all over his rear ring, but Albon is only 2 seconds adrift of his Williams teammate. It's getting close down there, but don't pits yet. Dowen also going on medium compound. Looks like this is a case of drivers gambling on how well the mediums will do in this second stint. Norris pits, big pit. Norris has gone to the pits, obviously. Apologise, I'm a bit sorry than some of you. I mean, I think Alonso has got to accept he probably will retire with just 2 world championships, but oh my, Gasly's pitted, Verstappen's pitted as well, and that's Lando, Gasly, Verstappen down in 14th, 15th, and 16th places, all on medium tyres, except for Max, who has gone on hard compounds. Red Bull are gambling on hard tyres for Max. Now, this is going to be interesting. And he's got Dowen on his rear wing. My God, Red Bull fighting Alpine. I never thought I'd live to see the day, to be honest. Hamilton's in 5th place, but of course he's already 4 seconds behind Antonelli, and he's 15 seconds adrift of the race leader Piastri after just 11 laps of the race. To of course, Tsunoda's pitted just now, but of course that means that Williams are gambling on Sainz and Albon on over the long run pace, and Haas are also doing a gamble with Bearman. I'm not sure why Williams are not splitting the strategy, and to be honest, I'm not sure why Ferrari are not splitting their strategy either. Ditto for Mercedes. Yeah, Red Bull really struggling with tyre degradation in the humid temperatures of Bahrain. Tsunoda comes out just in front of Hulkenberg. My, Red Bull seriously in the dumps this weekend. But Tsunoda reports his rear wheel was flashing. Look at that. Leclerc. He's holding on to 3rd, I've got to say. I mean, it's an interesting one because they thought Verstappen hard tyres, but Tsunoda's gone on medium. So I don't know what they're trying to play out with Tsunoda. I think Yuki is going to be a guinea pig for the rest of this race. And we're only 13 laps in. And that's Antonelli in the pits. Everyone's going on mediums or hards, to be honest. I mean, no one's going to be using softs for the rest of this race unless it's like the last 5 laps. Stroll's pitted. So that's only 5 drivers remaining on the soft tyres, of course. Ferrari started the race on medium, so it's going to be interesting to see what Ferrari have got in their deck of cards. Will they be putting out a Joker? Who knows what will happen at Ferrari? And Piastri is at least almost 4.5 seconds ahead of Russell. It's really a case of who blinks first between Oscar and George. Whilst Leclerc continues to pile on quite a fair bit of pressure on the Mercedes, and Mercedes pit Russell. Russell's pitted. Russell is in the pit, folks. That'll give Piastri a bit of breathing space. It looks like Mercedes want to do the undercut on Oscar. And that's both Ferraris on the podium for now. Of course, Ferrari are probably going to be the last ones to pit their cars, to be honest. With Williams now up to 4th and 5th, albeit Sainz is already 6 seconds behind Hamilton. Yeah, well, obviously, I did say Ferrari are probably gambling on a longer strategy. Why the hell? Oh my god, my timing needs to speed up a bit. Piastri pits, by the way. Race leader has pitted. Looks like he can get in front. He will emerge just in front of Russell as the 2 Williams will fly past. Sainz has pitted though. Where does Piastri come out? He's just come out just in front of Alex Albon, which has worked out very nicely for the McLaren driver. Russell only a second behind his best mate Alex. Norris is weirdly holding up Alonso for some reason. Looks like Norris is struggling to get these medium compounds working. Looks like Alonso is going to go on a long strategy. But of course, you have to remember, Albon is on 14 laps old soft tyres. Gasly gets in front of Alonso. So no, it's not worked out well for Doan because he's now dropped to 12th place. We've got, well, he's, okay, Alonso's still yet to pit, but Alpine's still yet to pit, but Tsunoda is really being, well, he's stuck in no man's land for now. Of course, I'm trying to look at the lap times, and it's a 31.24 Tsunoda in the first sector, and it's a 31.25 in the first sector for Max. So it doesn't seem like there's any difference between using a hard or a medium compound for some of the drivers out there. Of course, Lawson, Bearman, and Bottas are also using hard. So, and it's 10 seconds the gap between Leclerc and Hamilton. That is really bad for Lewis. Like, he's lapping 6/10 of a second slower than Charles this weekend, which is alarming to say the least. Yeah, Alonso's probably gambling on a safety car, to be honest. Like, that's all I can think Alonso's doing. Although, of course, he's now pitted. I mean, even on medium tyres, he can't stretch those tyres out any longer than 16 laps. That's not great. That really is not great for Aston Martin. My God, Alonso's going to come out behind Lance Stroll and Lawson. And he's got a Bottas creeping up his rear wing. What a miserable start to the season for Fred. Lawson and Stroll in front of Alonso. That is absolutely mental. Oh my God, honestly, Aston Martin are really in the dumps right now. I mean, frankly, if you squint your eyes hard enough, you could mistake that Aston Martin for one of the old Jaguars Jaguar used to have back in 2002. It's an absolute piece of crock, that AMR 25 chassis. Oh, Leclerc and Hamilton both pit together. Piastri will return to the lead. Russell back to second and Norris in third place. Gasly back to fourth. Gasly once again pulling out an absolute barnstormer as he comes out in front of Leclerc. That has worked out woefully for the Maranello boys. It's absolutely, honestly, well, just very mediocre by Ferrari, to be honest. And Lewis Hamilton has filed out in 11th place. Of course, when my scoreboard updates itself, Hamilton is currently out of a points position with Doan up to 9th place. Would you believe it? He's on course. Jack Doan is on course to score his debut points in Formula One. Bearman is under investigation. Thank you for telling me that. But of course, he's not fighting for points today, so I'm not too concerned. But well, the gap between Piastri and Russell has now been reduced to just 3 seconds. Oh, 5-second penalty for Norris for false start. Okay. Hamilton gets Tsunoda for 10th. Yeah, that will not be music to Red Bull's ears. And finally, it updates itself, the order. just so you know, I think a lot of you are at least 2 minutes ahead of me in terms of your live stream. So, Darwin is in ninth place. Can you believe it? That Alpine is flying this weekend. As I said, I mean, I kind of knew the best Max could do is probably finish 6th or 7th because that RB21 chassis is absolutely has no grip or tire conservation on it. Very, very poor tire life on that Red Bull this weekend. My God, Alonso is holding up his teammate and Lawson. That's pretty frightening for the boys. And just so you know, Alonso and Hamilton and Leclerc will need to do a second pit stop because, of course, they're on their second set of medium compounds, which I think for Hamilton and Alonso, that is pretty bad news, to be honest. Of course, just so you know, every driver needs to use 2 different compounds of dry tyres during a dry race with no rain in it. 13th. Oh, Hulkenberg's up to 13th. I don't know what. Okay. Oh, I think you're ahead of me. Like, you're at least a lap ahead of me. So I think I'm going to see what happens to Hulkenberg, Antonelli, and Verstappen. Oh, Hulkenberg, I think it's trying to get Albon. Hamilton does the fastest lap of a 36.8. Hulkenberg is half a second behind Albon, who is really struggling in his second stint on the hard compounds. Deary me, the hard compounds are not working for Alex Albon. Oh yeah, Antonelli did indeed overtake Verstappen for 7th place. Really, my God, Max Verstappen is having an absolute daymare today. Piastri up to the line. He is now 4.2 seconds ahead of George of the Russell. That is, I mean, Russell, got to give him credit. He's doing a great job in the Mercedes this weekend. Holding off Lando Norris in 2nd place, so I think Lando Norris will probably take the championship lead after this weekend, but he could well be ending this weekend with just 1 race win in 4 Grand Prix. And Hulkenberg is now, well, what the hell happened there? Hulkenberg got re-overtaken by Albon, and now he's got Alonso chasing him. Yeah, I've got to say it. It's no coincidence that the 2 teams in green, Sauber and Aston Martin, have got probably, well, the 2 slowest cars in the entire grade. It very much is a case of it is what it is at Sauber and Aston Martin. Both teams are focusing on 2026. Hadjar is all over the back of Bearman. Sainz has settled in no man's land in 12th place. Tsunoda is outside the points. How the hell did Hamilton take the fastest lap of the race, by the way, folks? Like, where the hell has he found all his pace from? Like, was it from the slipstream of Doan? Hamilton's up to 9th. Is he? Oh my God. Is he chasing Doan? He's got to be chasing Doan. Hamilton, is he going to get Doan down into turn 1? He has. very impressive from the 7-time world champion to get 9th place in a Ferrari, despite the fact that he is being heavily outpaced by Leclerc this weekend. The speed may no longer be there, but the racecraft definitely still remains in Lewis Hamilton. Norris still struggling to find a route past George Russell, which pretty much tells you. Oh, and Kimi Antonelli has already shredded his medium compound tyres, with Ocon up in 6th place, remarkably enough. I mean, I don't know how the hell Ocon's done it. He's gone from he started 14th and he's leaped up to 6th place behind his former teammate, Pierre Gasly, who of course is his best friend. Verstappen says he can't brake anymore. Hamilton's up to 8th. Oh my god, he's overtaken Verstappen. Yeah, I just realised. And just so you remember, Norris does have a 5-second penalty hanging over his head for that starting incorrectly on a pit on a grid slot. My God, what the hell has happened? I mean, Antonelli's now coming under pressure from Hamilton with Verstappen down in 9th place. And Zhou up to 10th place after overtaking Tsunoda. Well, okay, he was already ahead of Tsunoda, but I mean, Zhou's in the points of all things. I didn't. How the hell has Ocon got his car in 6th place? I mean, that horse has got a fair bit of speed on it. Well, but I think Max Verstappen knew that his car was struggling for pace all weekend long. Like, I don't think Red Bull have looked quick at all this weekend in any practice session. So I don't think Max is going to be fuming. I think you have to realise Suzuka was a race win because the temperatures were cooler and the fact that Suzuka is more of a front limited track due to the number of fast flowing corners you get there. And Piastri is eking his gap out closer to now 5 seconds. I've got to say, Piastri is definitely going to win today. Black and white flag for Hadjar. Like, what the hell has Hadjar done? What's the problem with Hadjar? Like, why is he getting a black and white flag for? Does he have a mechanical issue? I don't think he's been caught doing unsportsmanlike behaviour. Leclerc gaining on Norris. Oh dear, Norris is really struggling out here this weekend. I mean, Norris, honestly, there's a reason why I've criticised Lando Norris so much. It's because he has absolutely no consistency whatsoever. Like, yeah, he may take the lead of the championship, but look at how good Piastri has driven so far in the first 24 laps. I mean, Norris is nearly 7 seconds behind Piastri. And of course, he's got Russell in front of him, who, of course, the Mercedes, I don't think I need to tell you, is nowhere near as quick as the McLaren this weekend. I mean, yeah, but the problem with Ferrari is that they just don't have that raw qualifying speed McLaren have got. They just don't have raw qualifying speed. And of course, their second driver is a geriatric 40-year-old who did win 7 championships with McLaren and Mercedes, but for whatever reason, just cannot really qualify well anymore. Hamilton is chasing Antonelli, but Hamilton's got Antonelli. Hamilton, it appears, has overtaken Antonelli for 7th place. And now he's on the verge of chasing Ocon for 6th place. So I think Pierre Gasly has got to watch his back in a couple of laps' time if he's not careful. 25 laps. So it looks like the closest battle is going to be Hamilton and Ocon on track, with, of course, Alonso chasing Hulkenberg for 16th. And, my God, I mean, the two Alpines, Saubers and Aston Martin are in a backmarkers battle of all of their own making. I have to say this, Williams are going to be properly cheesed off at where they're all at the moment, which, of course, 12th and 14th, which I think tells you how far Williams have progressed over the past 3 or 4 years, to be honest. 6th place, obviously, Hamilton. I knew he would get Ocon. That wasn't even a shock, to be honest. Funnily enough, I mean, McLaren are not dominating as much as I thought they would, to be honest, and Leclerc's overtaken Norris. Oh, and it just seen it. Leclerc has taken Norris's 3rd place off him. Oh my goodness me, what is happening to Lando? If he's not careful, he's going to be fighting Hamilton in about 5 laps' time. And of course, Ocon, I think, has got to try and hold off Antonelli next, because Gasly, I think, is doing a remarkable job hanging on to 5th place. Remarkable job. And I'm not saying this because, obviously, of what I think of Gasly in general, but I'm saying this because he's actually doing a stellar, outstanding, magnificent job so far in the opening half of this Bahrain Grand Prix today. Bottas is complaining about the traction of the Sauber, and he's really falling away from Lawson. Max pits again. Oh dear, Max has gone to the pits, folks. Max is pitting to get rid of his hard tyres, which is an absolute calamity, to be honest. Tsunoda goes back up to 10th. Jack Dowen takes 9th place. Oh my God, and Max Verstappen has a bad pit stop as well, with his right front tyre struggling to be attached properly. It's just been a miserable weekend in the desert for Maxi boy. He's pitting for mediums, and he had a 6.2 pit stop. Thank you for telling me that, Say. Oh my God, this weekend has been an absolute write-off for Red Bull. A complete contrast to what it was like 7 days ago, with Max Verstappen beating both McLarens to win at Suzuka to make it, what was it, his 3rd Japanese Grand Prix win in his career. And now he's practically P nowhere at Bahrain. I mean, it's not the first time he's had problems here. I mean, 2021, I think he got narrowly beat by Hamilton for the race win. Was he? I can't remember. But he also did in 2022, he broke down with mechanical issues, giving Ferrari an easy 1-2. I think in 23, he did start the year off with a win at Bahrain, but I think last year, oh yeah, he did win here as well. Max is down in 19th, folks. Antonelli kind of hit the pit lane. Thank you, yes. Just seen it. How the hell is Max Verstappen now putting out purple sector 2 and purple sector 3 on the medium compounds? I think that's confirmation that the hard tyres are a disaster this weekend. They don't actually work at all. Nowhere near as much durability or grip as some thought the hard tyres would give them. Tsunoda, my God, Tsunoda really. I mean, Tsunoda's on medium tyres and he's struggling to hold off Carlos Sainz of all people. And he's struggling to find to navigate a route past Jack Dolan, who is obviously rumoured to be on the cusp of losing his Alpine seat to Colin Pinto later on this year. Red Bull it's more like Red Bull are pouring down energy drinks down the drain at Bahrain at this point in order to hydrate the camels. And Gasly pits after 18 laps on the mediums, a brilliant stint by the 2020 Italian Grand Prix winner. Is he going on hard tyres? Is Gasly going on hard? Oh my. I don't know what's going on. It's like everyone fancies a stint on the hard compounds this afternoon. And Dolan and Hadjar fall down to 17th and 18th with Bottas flying past them. Not really sure why. It doesn't. I mean, Max has struggled horribly on the hards. Honestly, I really do wonder what the CEOs at McLaren and the Bahraini investors are making of Lando Norris's drive in the P4. Stuck behind Mercedes and Ferrari right now. Hamilton's up to 5th place after all those pit stops. Problem with Red Bull is that their car just simply doesn't work around Bahrain. It's kind of really summed up to be that, if anything else. Look at that. Tsunoda is holding up both Williamses and he's holding up Ollie Bearman in the Haas of all things. And he's only got what? He's only about 6 seconds ahead of Gasly, who of course has just done his second pit stop as well, which is honestly, that is beyond disastrous for Red Bull. Like, I think it's safe to say Red Bull are very lucky that Ferrari are not really that close. Oh, well, I mean, right now Ferrari are only on about 35 points and Red Bull have like 61 points. But if they carry on like this, I think eventually Ferrari will catch up with them in the constructors. The hell's going on with you? I mean, you want Hamilton to catch up with Norris? Hamilton's like 9 seconds behind Norris, by the way, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon. We've got 26 laps to go. Yuki Tsunoda is slipstreaming Sainz down the straight. Dolan overtakes Stroll for 15th. Can Tsunoda get the job done on the start-finish straight on Sainz? Of course he does. Of course he gets Sainz for 6th place. But Sainz stays ahead though, actually. Goodness me, Sainz is keeping Yuki frustrated. Oh, right, you're supporting Ferrari. Fair enough. Gasly's down in 10th place in a horse sandwich. Four likes. Thank you very much. Verstappen is stuck in the Alonso train. Oh, and Antonelli overtakes Ocon for 11th. So, don't know. Antonelli's gone really quiet in the last 15 laps, to be honest. Oh, we got a safety car. What's happened there? Who? Why has we got a safety car? Who's in trouble? Oh yeah, Max Verstappen's got the fastest lap. Oh, whatever. Newcastle. Yeah, Man United struggling as always. Nothing new. And of course, I heard the news that Andrea Nana got dropped from the lineup. Yeah, that's right. Almarid's finally had enough of Butterfingers in goal. Well, we've got a load of free pit stops going on. Piastri, Russell, Leclerc, and Norris have all pitted. Why have we had a safety car? I don't know what's happened. Is it? Apparently, I think something must have fallen off one of the cars, and the marshals are picking up debris around turn 1 and turn 2. Why? Oh, Hamilton's pitted. Hamilton's gone to the pits. I don't know what's going on. Ferrari have pitted both cars onto hard tyres. Have they not seen Verstappen's pace on hard tyres? Are they? My God, Ferrari really, really are just making things up as they go along again. Mind you, though, we see Ferrari have to use two separate compounds, but everyone else is going to the pits. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to this race order is now a complete mess, and it's not. Gasly's back up to 6th place for those of you wondering. 7th Ocon, 8th Verstappen, 9th Zhou, and 10th Sainz. Please ignore my timing screen because, of course, safety car has caused absolute havoc out here. Was there contact between Tsunoda and Sainz? That's why he brought out a safety car. That's very minor in my books. I don't know what to say about Ferrari anymore. I really don't. I can't. I can barely speak, to be honest, when it comes to that circus down at Maranello. Can't speak, as Goldridge would speak. I can't speak. Antonelli's down in 14th place, using a second set of soft tyres. That is very peculiar, the tyre strategy Mercedes are using for Kimi Antonelli this afternoon. Oh, Lawson and Stroll collided as well. So apparently the bit of debris that was left behind by Tsunoda and Alonso, and of course Lawson and Stroll has been deemed necessary to bring out the safety car to neutralise the field. And that is just, and I really do mean this, like, is there any real justification? Because I honestly think that's actually crazy. Like, I'm not just saying the word crazy as a way to, like, fill up airtime whilst I speak. I actually think that is genuinely bizarre and weird that they brought out the safety car. It's almost like the race directors have felt like, oh, this race is getting boring. Let's bunch up the field like they do in NASCAR or IndyCar racing. Oh my goodness me, Ferrari, I don't know. It's like Ferrari are gambling on another safety car to appear and hoping that the others try and pit again or something, but really, I fear Leclerc and Hamilton might turn into a pair of sitting ducks now. I don't know what goes on inside those brains at Ferrari. Honestly, it's a real case of Ferrari turning themselves into Ferwazi yet again. You know, whenever I sit there and think of Ferrari, I sometimes call them Scuderia Ferwazi as a joke, as in, like, you know, they've been taken over by some, I don't know, copycat Chinese company who have completely spelt the name Ferrari wrong, and they've spelt it as Fawazi, Fawazi. Max and Norris are going to try and work together to get their revenge on Ferrari or McLaren. I don't know. Just so you know, we're on lap 35 now, so just, and of course Verstappen actually does have the fastest lap despite his car performance issues this weekend, which makes no sense because, I mean, his hard tyre compound stint worked out badly, but yet when he got into the medium tyres, he then set a purple time for sectors 2 and 3 immediately. Boy, dear, what do I say about him? He's a better goalkeeper than an order. I mean, he might not be that good with the ball at his feet, but he does pretty much the main job of a goalkeeper, well, which is to catch the ball with his hands. Oh, and Norris. Oh, what's happened to Russell? Oh, okay, he's gone back to second, but for a moment I was like confused at the timing screen before he went off track or something. But this has surely got to be a restart now. The whole field is bunched up with looks like Piastri will become the de facto safety car, as the safety car will rush back to the pits to allow the race to restart. and we will be racing after we get out of turn 14. Zhou overtakes Alonso, but Alonso retakes the position. Oh, it looks like the back markers are reshuffling. Hamilton overtakes Norris for 4th. Oh, and Russell. Oh, once again, the timing screen is getting confused over what Russell's doing. And Norris retakes 4th place off Hamilton. Very, 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 very frisky restart there by Norris, who is just... I don't know what goes on in Lando's brains, to be honest, most of the time. Darwin and Sainz have gone on hard tyres. Gasly and Ocon are on the hard compounds. I mean, Sainz and Albon 30th for 14th. I mean, what the hell's going on with the Williams? Like, they basically have done the similar lap times to the guys at the front of the field, but yet they just can't find their way into the top 10. Because Alpine their pit strategy has just been so much better, and they've prioritised track position on a track where overtaking opportunities are at a premium. Leclerc goes up to what the hell? Okay, this timing stream I'm watching is so confused over what's going on with Russell today. Oh, Norris has regained 4th on my timing chart, but I don't know whether you're ahead or behind me, but Gasly and Ocon are in front of Max, who must be banging his head against his steering wheel in frustration. Although Tsunoda is in 10th place, weirdly enough, but Tsunoda's fastest lap is actually 1.8 seconds slower than Max's for some weird reason. Yeah, I mean the timing screen, for some reason can't work out whether Russell is in 2nd or 7th place, so you know. Gasly wants to push and use up all his fuel after that impromptu safety car, because he does believe that Norris and the 2 Ferraris are there for the taking. Of course, yes, I mean Hamilton's now retaken 4th place of Norris. Norris is having an absolutely miserable weekend, to put it bluntly. Really bluntly. Norris, I presume, will take the championship lead, but obviously, how many points is he in front of? I keep forgetting, how many points is Norris in front of Piastri? Is he 12 points ahead? Because if he's only 12 points ahead, then I think Piastri might take the championship lead. And of course, Piastri does the fastest lap of a 35.14. He's sending out a statement there once again. The Formula 1 timing service has got a fault with Russell's car. I think that's all I can say. They've got a massive problem with Russell's car. I don't know what's happening. Just so you know, Norris has retaken 4th place of Hamilton. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. They cannot keep track of Russell's car on the timing sheet, which is so bizarre. Oh, there we go. He's back on the timing sheet again. I think George Russell and the F1 timing sheet will be a meme after this race. You know, you can't even see the scoreboard on your screen. That's weird. Norris is not in. Norris is not third. Norris is not third, by the way, because what's the Russell's car has lost its tracking sensor. Yep, the timing sheet is going to be getting an absolute pounding from F1 Twitter tonight. We've got 19 laps remaining, folks. What the hell's happened to my timing screen? It's got Russell's name and second place has been removed. What's happening here? He's been registered retired. Yeah, I think the sensor on Russell's car is having a bug on it. Just so you know, Russell is in second place. He's definitely in second place. Ignore the timing map. He is in second place. If anything, he's actually staying within 2 seconds of the race leader. Minus points. I don't know what on earth is going on with them. To be honest, I feel like I should be keeping my own timing sheet for this race because Russell's in second place. I will repeat, Russell is in second place, and I will keep repeating it because this timing sheet that F1 is providing everyone is completely incorrect. It has a tracking virus on it. I don't know whether George Russell fell out with someone before the race. I don't know whether he fell out with one of the stewards or something, but the timing screen is going to be everyone's best friend come the end of tonight. Just so you know, Russell is 1.9 seconds behind Piastri. And Russell, for some weird reason, his car has been tumbles down the order yet again. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, mate. We're in the year 2025, and yet the timing sheet cannot keep track of an F1 car properly due to a technical bug. Oh. Lawson has been given a 5-second time penalty, folks. 5-second time penalty for Lawson. Oh, right. Hamilton's got some serious understeer on this prancing horse tonight. Gasly is doing a stellar job keeping Verstappen behind him. Of course, Verstappen is looking at only 6 points tonight, which is, I mean, he's definitely losing the championship lead. Definitely losing the championship lead. And Norris is going to finish 4th in the fastest car on the grid. Really bad. And Russell has magically returned to second place on the timing screen yet again. That's why I was getting confused about 5 laps ago, because I was like, what the hell? What's going on? And then I keep realising that Russell car is still circulating around a track map. It's just this name on the timing sheet is going all funny. Yep, 5-6, yep, the Stroll incident has got Lawson into the book. Not only is he in Herbert Walker's black books, he's also getting punished by the FIA. So Lawson, or aka Mr. Big Mouth, as John Cartier would label him, is having absolutely no joy right now. All bark and no bite, as John Cartier would like to say. To be fair, though, I mean, if you want to survive at Red Bull, you've got to behave like a piranha and be pretty aggressive and spiky on your own end. Yep. Papa Stroll is a dog force controlling the sport. $15 laps to go. Are we going to get another pit stop? I mean, it's not like these cars seem to be able to overtake tonight. No one is. I mean, everyone's on the same lap because of the safety car. Gotta say it, the field is really close now. Like, as much as I normally like to say Sauber and Aston Martin are a slow car, I mean, in reality, the entire field from 1st to 20th has just closed up so much now. Like, I mean, in qualifying, I mean, the gap between the front and the back is only 2 seconds, which is, I think, the closest it's ever been since 2009, when, of course, the old regulations made their debut. DRS for Lando Norris, who is desperate to save his flushes. Alonso's 18th. All I can say is he's experienced this feeling many times, and I think, to be honest, he, just like Chester Bennington would say, he has become so numb to the pain that he doesn't feel anything anymore. Alonso, I mean, funnily enough, Lewis Hamilton gave a post-qualifying interview, made him, I mean, he sounded an awful lot like Kimi Raikkonen in his post-qualifying analysis, where he just basically said, yes, no. Do you have any qualifying pace left, Hamilton? No. I'm just not as quick as before. Thank you. Goodbye. Looks like the Kimi Raikkonen method of doing interviews has now become universal. My man is a global sporting icon. I mean, if you watch football, you get the likes of Ben White, Erling Haaland, Michael Elise giving one-worded answers on a regular basis. They all learn from the best. Mr. Kimi Raikkonen. They all learn from the best. You know what it is? Like, when George Russell gets on the podium at the end of the race, like, I bet you at least £10 that the guy who presents him his second place trophy will probably drop the trophy on the podium, break the trophy, and then the FIA will come out and say that Russell has been disqualified because he did not receive a fully intact trophy on the podium. And that apparently it's inside the FIA regulations to receive a trophy that's not broken. Well, if there's any good news for Alonso fans, Carlos Sainz has headed for the pit lane, and it's oh yeah, Norris said that Hamilton wins all the time because of the car he had back in 2020. And now look at Norris struggling to keep up, struggling to navigate a route past Leclerc for third place. Wait, what's going on with George Russell? Has he stopped? I don't know what's going on, but oh my god, I think the timing screen has just gone funny with George Russell now. What's going on with Norris? Has he got Leclerc? Can't find a way past Leclerc. Apparently, I'm looking at the track map, and Russell, for some reason, his car is just paused in the middle of the track. Oh, Russell's got DRS issues. That probably makes sense now. Oh, right. I mean, with 12 laps to go, Carlos Sainz is now going on the soft tyres, and I think he's just checked out. He's actually given up on his race, hasn't he? And he's now gone back to the pits, Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz pits again. This must be his 5th pit stop of the race. Wait, I think Carlos Sainz is retired. I think he's retired. I don't see his car coming back in. Oh, hello there, Mr. John Cartier. Looks like you've made a late entry onto my stream this evening. Don't know what time is it, but that's now. But all those shenanigans about Tsunoda's up to. Wait, what's happened to Doan? Doan's dropped back, and Anton down to 12th place with Doan. Doan has had a bit of a nightmare. The 2 horses, Ocon and Bearman, are heading for another points finish. Another double points finish for the boys from Brackley or Oxford or wherever the hell they're based in. Oh, his side pod got damaged. That's why Sainz had to retire. Okay, fair enough. Russell is obviously in 2nd place, but don't know what will be the timing screen. Has had an absolute daymare with Russell tonight. So that is the first retiree of the race, Carlos Sainz. Damage to his side pod after out-qualifying Alex Albon for the first time this season, but it is no cigar on Sunday evening for the not-so-smooth operator. Dowen drops to 13th. Dowen's tyres are going off a cliff now. He can't get the hard tyres to work, and that is going to put more pressure on him for his seat because, of course, AlphaTauri and the boys at Alpine are not going to be happy with Jack Dowen, who actually had a decent stint, who has had a good spell running in the points, but is now dropping like a stone. And he's now only 1.5 seconds ahead of Lawson. Lawson is catching Dowen. Really alarming how quickly Dowen is now dropping off. And Alpine is up to 12th, remarkably enough, whilst Antonelli, who looked fairly decent early on, is also out of the points. So Antonelli's going to be quite frustrated with himself. Yeah, Papai or car fast. I think it doesn't really take a genius to work it out, but yet Norris cannot find his way onto the podium. We've got 9 laps remaining. Gasly is only just over a second ahead of Max. Norris is just not doing it, is he? Yeah, well, I mean, if you can't qualify well enough, I mean, you just pretty much don't have a chance in modern F1 anymore. And Jack Dowen is apparently moaning about his readouts on his steering wheel. Oh, 8 laps remaining, folks. Gasly holding on for 6th place on those hard tyres, whilst Verstappen's got mediums. Come on, Gasly, get your first points of the year. Well, I think it's safe to say the driver of the day, in my opinion, has to be the timing screen. Absolute brilliant job in terms of trying to delete George Russell's existence within the sport, for God. Looks like George Russell's big mouth has got him in trouble with the guy who operates the timing screen for whatever reason. Bearman, Antonelli, yeah, Bearman really wants to show the world that he is a contender for the future, and he doesn't want Antonelli to steal the limelight. And of course, I did that video earlier this week where I was talking about whether Antonelli is a future world champion. Oh, right, because George Russell had a go at Alonso for complaining about the steering wheel, which, I don't know, that's interesting, because of course Alonso's steering wheel fell off during practice on Friday. Of course, with interesting to think that with Adrian Newey as his designer, I mean, we all know what happened 31 years ago between a certain Williams car number 2 and that steering wheel. Darwin down to 14th. It is turning into an absolute disaster now for the Australian rookie. The pressure is going to mount on Jack Darwin for his seat at Alpine. Yeah, the battle for 8th place. Ocon is holding up. How many cars is that? 4 cars behind him. He's got 4 cars who want to pinch 8th place off him. Tsunoda, Bearman, Antonelli, and adding Sauber, who has not been in the points at all this race. Seven to go. Norris. Norris has got a Leclerc around the outside of turn 4. Has he? Oh, yes, he has. And that is Lando Norris on the podium, folks. Oh, right. Russell is going to be investigated for that DRS. Of course, George Russell is doing an excellent job tonight, keeping up with that, trying to keep his car in order because DRS, gearbox issues, and he's still in 2nd place. That's actually remarkable. Yeah, but Max has been trying to overtake Gasly for basically now the past 10 laps, to be honest. Darwin. Oh, what's happened to Darwin? Is he... Oh. Yeah, I already said Darwin's tyres have fallen off a cliff, to be honest. Ugh. I don't know. I suppose it's just one of those weekends for Max. Oh yeah, Lando Norris has got that 5-second penalty for that incorrect grid slot, so still lose that podium. 4 laps remaining. I don't know what to say. I think I should do driver ratings before this race ends. Piastri, it's an A grade for me. Took pole position, fastest lap and race win. 2nd place, George Russell. And I'm actually going to go for George Russell driving the day because, you know, broken gearbox issues, faulty DRS, GPS failure, and yet he's going to finish 2nd place. And, you know, he'll probably survive having his trophy dropped to the floor as well when he gets out of the car. Third place, Lando Norris. It has to be a B- in my books, Orlando. Dreadful qualifying. Decent comeback, but honestly, he'll be kicking himself for dropping potentially. I mean, he will take the championship lead, but he will only lead the championship by about a couple of points. Fourth place, Leclerc. I'll give him like an A grade for heavily outqualifying Hamilton and doing a fairly good job in a Ferrari car that's honestly not really anywhere near quick enough to the McLarens. Oh yeah, Norris is a slow pit stop. Fair enough, but should not be qualified. He should be qualifying miles ahead of sixth place. So fifth place Hamilton. I don't know. What should I give him? Maybe a B- as well. Gasly sixth place. If we can hold Max Verstappen off for sixth place, I'm gonna give him an A grade. Outstanding weekend for the Alpine lead driver. Seventh place, Max Verstappen. It's got to be a C plus. Just eighth place, Ocon. I'll give him a B minus. The minus comes to crashing out in qualifying. Ninth place, Yuki Tsunoda. I'll give him a B grade. Very good performance in a struggling Red Bull. Doing probably the maximum he can with his lack of experience in the car. 10th place, Bearman. Oh, George Russell is in trouble now. Bearman gets a B grade. 10th place coming up for him potentially. I've got to say it. Oh, right, Lando served his penalty at the pit stop. Okay, thank you. But Lando's only 7 tenths behind Russell now with just 2 laps to go. And I think, even if Russell finishes third, I think he deserves driving the day with all the problems he's had. Antonelli, I'll give Antonelli a C grade. Not his finest weekend. And truth be told, I think I'm going to give all the drivers outside of the top 10 a C grade. Although I think I'm going to have to give Lawson a C minus. And of course, Sainz, unfortunately, will probably get a C minus despite out qualifying Albon. Russell is defending like a fox tonight. And so is Gasly. Whoa. Black and white flag for Verstappen. What's happened there? Oh, track limits, that's why. So let me just repeat. An A plus for Piastri, an A plus and driving the day for Russell, a B minus for Norris. What was it that I say for Leclerc? An A minus for Leclerc. And then, of course, Hamilton gets a B grade for being heavily out qualified. Oh my God, come on, Gasly. Gasly is on course to get an A grade for his performance at Alpine. Just hold him off, Gasly. Oh my god, did it? Oh. Oh, Verstappen's overtaken Gasly, it looks like, has he? Oh. Ugh. What a shame. It's still 6 points for Gasly. Eighth place, Ocon gets a B grade, minus points due to crashing out in qualifying. Ninth place, Tsunoda gets a B grade. And Oscar Piastri wins again. Oh, and Bearman gets a B grade for doing a good job holding off Antonelli and Albert at the line, potentially. Gasly ran out of tyres. What a shame. Well, congratulations to Piastri and Russell, I suppose. Gasly almost got 6th place, but he just ran out of tyres, so... Well, at least Alpine and Gasly get their first points of the season.